Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, well, we're peeling back the curtain on something fascinating golf coaching, specifically how it's changing really fast.
It really is. We've been looking at sources projecting out to, 2025 through 2027?
That's right. And the big surprise, the paradox really, is about technology.
Uh-huh. You'd think advanced AI, like these new golf chatbot systems, would mean, fewer human coaches needed.
Exactly the opposite, it seems. The data suggests tech is actually sparking a renaissance, you could say, for human coaching.
It sounds counterintuitive, but that's what the trends point towards, a real resurgence.
So that's our mission today. We want to give you the shortcut, the inside track on how top pros and, frankly, anyone in a knowledge field needs to think about working with AI.
Not against it. That's the key. It's about leaning into those skills that are uniquely human.
And the winning formula, according to everything we're seeing, it's simple. Coach plus AI equals peak performance.
That's the thesis. It's becoming the standard. So let's break down this timeline. Where do we start?
Okay, let's jump into 2025. This is supposedly the year where that whole AI versus the coach argument just fizzles out.
Yeah, it really becomes obsolete. We move firmly into an era of collaboration. It's not optional anymore. It's required.
So the AI, the chatbot, the motion capture, what's its job exactly?
Its job is data. Incredible amounts of objective data harvested in real time. We're talking pinpoint accuracy on chest rotation, pelvic motion down to the millimeter.
Shaft lean, club face angle through impact, all that technical stuff.
Exactly. Sub-millisecond timing. It's relentless, totally quantifiable, doesn't get tired, doesn't guess.
And this is the core of it, right? Information isn't transformation. Data alone doesn't change a golfer.
Precisely. That's where the human coach is absolutely essential. The AI tells you what's happening. The coach provides the why and the how through interpretation.
Interpretation, okay. So what does that look like?
Well, we see three key human contributions popping up again and again in the sources. First,
context.
Meaning, why does this specific number matter to this specific player right now in their game? The AI doesn't know the player's history or goals.
Okay, context. What else?
Second, wisdom. Based on experience, how do we actually fix the pattern the data shows? What drills work? What concepts resonate? That's learned wisdom.
Right, the how-to. And the third?
Empathy. This one's huge. How does the player feel about this change? What's the emotional side? The AI has zero empathy.
Okay, that makes sense. The sources had a good example, didn't they? About scooping the ball.
Oh, yeah, the scooping example is perfect.
Yeah.
Classic issue. A golfer tries to lift the ball instead of compressing it.
The AI nails the technical fault immediately.
Yeah.
It sees, maybe, a positive shaft angle at impact or too much wrist flip.
Yep, flags it instantly. Might even suggest a generic drill. But here's the human difference.
Go on.
Only the coach, watching that player, maybe talking to them, can figure out the root cause. Is it just a bad grip?
Or is this something deeper, like fear?
Exactly. Maybe they're terrified of hitting the ground hard, so they subconsciously scoop to avoid it. A mental block.
And no amount of data fixes that fear directly.
Right. You can show them numbers all day, but unless the coach addresses that underlying why, the fear, the feeling with the right words, the right approach, the fix won't stick.
So the coach needs the right drill, but also the right conversation.
The right metaphor, even. That human touch. This whole dynamic changed the job description for coaches, overnight in 2025.
New roles started emerging.
Definitely. First, you absolutely need to be a data translator, taking all those complex numbers the AI spits out.
And making them make sense to a regular golfer.
Exactly. Like saying, okay, your club face is open 3 degrees. What that means is you're leaking shots to the right. Simple, actionable.
Makes sense. What other roles?
The performance strategist. This is a bigger picture. Designing holistic plans.
Not just swing drills.
No, blending technique with psychology, skill acquisition, maybe even fitness and nutrition. Building a sustainable path for the player.
And remote coaching took off too, right?
Massively. The remote mentor. Because the tech provides reliable data anywhere, the coach can provide that crucial human guidance, that connection from anywhere in the world.
Okay, so 2025 is about mastering collaboration and interpretation. What happens next in 2026?
Well, with AI handling the heavy lifting on technical analysis, 2026 becomes what the sources call the creative age of coaching.
Creative age, meaning?
Meaning success starts depending less on pure analysis and more on the coach's imagination, their ability to connect with the player in new ways.
So less about hitting perfect positions.
Much less. It shifts towards crafting experiences that change how a golfer feels, how they think, how they move. It's a move from engineer to maybe artist.
Okay, give me an example of that creative leap.
All right, take the flat backswing example again. Motion capture flags it. The old, maybe data-only way is to say lift your hands higher.
Which is technically correct, but often feels awkward or forced, right?
Totally. Hard to internalize. But the creative coach in 2026, they might use visualization.
How so?
Instead of the command, they say, imagine holding a giant paintbrush. Feel like you're painting a huge upward stroke on the wall behind you.
Ah, okay. So it connects to a feeling, an image.
Exactly. It turns a correction into an embodied action. The player feels the change. They aren't just trying to hit a mark. That's creativity in action.
And this creativity leads to even more specialized coaching roles.
For sure. We see some really interesting niches emerge, like narrative coaches.
Narrative coaches, what do they do?
They focus purely on the player's internal story, helping them reframe self-doubt, turning "I always choke under pressure" into something constructive.
Okay, but isn't that just sports psychology with a new name? How is AI driving that specific role?
That's a fair point. I think the difference is because the AI pinpoints the technical flaw so efficiently, the human coach is freed up to focus almost entirely on that narrative, that psychological barrier. The AI handles the what, so the human must master the why and how at an emotional level.
Got it. The AI clears the decks for deeper human work. What else?
Then you get sensory designers.
Sensory designers. Designing what? Senses.
Ha! Sort of. They design training environments that give rich physical feedback, using things like maybe haptic vests, specific visual targets, balance plates.
Things that engage more than just sight. Feel. Balance.
Exactly. Proprioception, that sense of your body in space. They make practice a multi-sensory learning lab.
Interesting. And there was a third one for 2026.
Right, the hybrid content creators. These are coaches who are masters at blending everything, the swing data, video analysis, maybe even interactive AI avatars into really personalized dynamic learning programs.
We're pulling all the pieces together seamlessly.
Yeah. The big takeaway for 2026 really is that the best coaches aren't just data experts anymore. They have to be storytellers with that data.
Making it meaningful, actionable, human.
That's it, which perfectly sets up this shift predicted for 2027.
Okay, 2027, what's the theme?
Connection and meaning. The sources suggest that by this point, the most valuable thing a coach offers isn't technique. It's not even creative drills. It's authentic human connection.
Why the shift towards connection?
It seems driven by the pressures the technology itself creates. Think about it. Constant data, constant feedback. It leads to burnout.
Injury risk from over-practicing, maybe? Information overload?
All of that. When you have perfect data available 24/7, what you start to crave is guidance. A trusted human filter.
So the coach becomes less of a swing fixer and more of a guide for well-being.
That's a great way to put it. A guide for well-being and purpose. Golfers aren't just chasing scores. They're looking for coaches who genuinely listen.
Who understand the emotional grind of improvement.
Yes, and who offer meaning behind the effort, not just metrics, but purpose. The sources talk about creating space for flourishing.
Flourishing. So it's about integrating golf into a balanced life, not just optimizing performance at all costs.
Exactly. Longevity, sustained engagement, fulfillment. That's the 2027 goal.
So what does the elite 2027 coach look like? What roles do they embody?
Well, they definitely wear multiple hats, all centered on connection. First, they're absolutely a mental performance coach, integrating emotional regulation, resilience building.
Helping players handle the pressure that comes with knowing exactly what they're doing wrong, thanks to the AI.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Second, they need to be a community leader.
Fostering belonging. Golf can be pretty solitary.
Right. So they build community, whether it's at a physical club or through online platforms, making sure players feel supported, not isolated.
A mental coach, community leader. Anything else?
And third, critically, the wellness strategist, guiding players towards that balance, that longevity, thinking about the whole person far beyond the golf course.
The holistic approach.
Completely. And the beauty is the AI actually enables this. By handling the biomechanics, the numbers, it frees the human coach to focus on the heart, the mind, the player's overall journey.
This is fascinating. So for anyone listening, maybe you're a coach, an athlete, or just interested in how humans and tech interact, the big message seems to be positive.
Absolutely. The best news from all these sources is clear. AI isn't your replacement. It's your amplifier, potentially your best amplifier.
Think about how coaching used to be, right? Eyeballing swings, fuzzy video.
Hours spent calculating angles by hand. Now, platforms like the AI Golf Chatbot give you instant 3D analysis, biomechanical benchmarks, comparisons to pros. It's incredible.
And that frees up so much time and energy for the coach.
Monumental amounts. Time that's no longer spent gathering data, but spent discussing it, building rapport, intervening faster and more accurately,
Focusing on trust, on that human connection we talked
which
about.
is the foundation. So the sources wrap up with a pretty clear action plan, 5 steps, really, for anyone wanting to lead in this new era.
Okay, let's hear them. Step 1.
Non-negotiable. Master the data. You have to speak the language of the machine. Understand what X factor means for power.
What optimal side bend looks like in the downswing.
How the kinematic sequence works, that ground-up energy transfer. You need fluency in these biomechanical concepts, not just the numbers, but what they mean for movement.
Got it. Master the data. Step 2.
Train your creativity. Remember 2026. Actively build your toolkit of metaphors, analogies, visualizations. Teach in a way that changes how the body feels, not just what the brain knows.
Makes sense. Step 3.
Embrace the tech. Don't just tolerate AI tools, make them central. Use them to save time, track progress meticulously, deepen your own insights, really lean in.
Okay. Step 4.
This connects to 2027. Be fully human. Double down on emotional intelligence. Develop ethical awareness, cultural sensitivity. As machines get more precise, your human ability to connect becomes exponentially more valuable.
Your unique selling proposition almost.
In a way, yes. And finally, step 5, build your tribe. Be a community architect. Create spaces, online or off, where learners feel supported and connected. Combat that isolation.
Master data. Train creativity. Embrace tech. Be human. Build tribe. That's the roadmap.
That's what the sources point to, and it all leads back to one core conclusion. The best golf coaches, the most successful ones moving forward, will be the most human.
The AI gives the tools.
The efficiency, the data. But the human coach brings the heart, the story, the spark. That's what creates real change.
Which brings us to a final thought for you, our listeners. Thinking about those key themes. 2026 focusing on creativity. 2027 on connection and meaning.
If you had to bet on mastering just one uniquely human skill right now to thrive alongside AI, would it be creativity, empathy, or storytelling?
Which one would you personally invest in and why? Where does your own human advantage lie in this amplified future?
Something to think about. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.